أهلا وسهلا يا رمضان شهر التوبة والغفران مرحبا بك رمضان رمضان شهر الذكر والإحسان
ليس البر أن تولوا وجوهكم قبل المشرق والمغرب ولكن البر من آمن بالله واليوم الآخر والملائكة والكتاب والنبيين وآتى المال على حبه ذوي القربى واليتامى والمساكين وابن السبيل والسائلين وفي الرقاب وأقام الصلاة وآتى الزكاة والموفون بعهدهم إذا عاهدوا والصابرين في البأساء والضراء وحين البأس أولئك الذين صدقوا وأولئك هم المتقون.
صدق الله العظيم. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh. Most of the time we enter into Ramadan putting aside certain bad behaviors and certain bad habits and ill characters. But as time progresses and in the end of Ramadan, we find ourselves regaining the motivation to return to those ill behaviors. And then we get more motivated in Ramadan to carry out certain rituals and to embark on certain good characters. We are able to donate, give more donation, more charity and alms to the poor, and stand up for the night prayers, night tahajjud, and then more frequently we recite the Quran within the day and also in the night. These good behaviors and good deeds, and then even more that I have not mentioned, we have the motivation to do them in Ramadan. But unfortunately, after Ramadan, then we begin to lose the drive. We begin to lose the motivation that we had from beginning, and then we begin to drop them one by one and go back to our normal distance. And we say that there are reasons why, we end up in this way. We mentioned misconception as one of them, and we mentioned lack of strong intention as one of them. And then one thing that we mentioned very important, and today we are going to tackle that one, is lack of a strategy, a strategic vision for the Ramadan. Most of us, we enter into Ramadan without any serious plan and preparation. And the plan and preparation we do sometimes are also very limited to only our physical environment and then to the needs of our body, that is the food, and certain times some exercises, ritual exercises that we do, 1 or 2 number of fasting, and then testing ourselves on Quran recitation before Ramadan. That is even the conscious Muslim who will take a step ahead to embark on certain rituals, that's to exercise the body before Ramadan. But there is one thing that we should have done before Ramadan, which is actually enumerating our vision for this particular year. Written them down, noted them down, and struggled to design strategies as to how we are going to achieve it. We should have done that one. But unfortunately, most of us entered into Ramadan without that serious preparation. We entered into the Ramadan without a real strategy for ourselves as to what we intended to achieve. We didn't do that one. In fact, as we discussed in our earlier episode, even those things that we intend to achieve in the month of Ramadan, we realize that they are not complete as the Quran requires or Allah Azza wa Jal requires of us. We realize that we only focus on rewards alone and then focus on trying to get the forgiveness of God Almighty Allah. Instead of going beyond that one, we get the reward, get the forgiveness, and in addition to that one, see how best we can build a character so that after Ramadan, we continue getting more reward and getting the forgiveness of God Almighty Allah. Reward and taqwa is just like fruits, and then also the seedling, planting the seed of the fruit to get a seedling or a small plant out of that one that will grow to become a bigger plant. Now, if we focus on only reward, it will be like we are only gathering and accumulating the fruit. And no matter how we gather them and accumulate them, we will eat and then they finish. But if consciously, after eating the seed that is in our hand, that is, we look into the reward and get the seed and plant the seed so that it will come out. When it comes out, then we now call it a taqwa. It means you have planted the factory of production of that reward in your life, so that even after Ramadan, you will now live your life based on that taqwa or based on the character that will continue on getting you reward till the rest of the 11 months. That is actually what Allah Azza wa Jal, لَعَلَّكُمْ تَتَّقُونَ, that is the meaning. We are to struggle to establish, aside getting the reward, we are struggle to establish the factory of the reward, which is a good character that will regulate our behavior and whatever we do, so that we keep on earning reward even after what? Ramadan. There are about 286 places in the Quran that Allah Azza wa Jal mentions about the people of taqwa. Instead of going straight forward to define what taqwa is, Allah Azza wa Jal tells us or gives us information concerning the people of taqwa. Carefully look at this information, we realize that thematically they are on about 3 basic places or 3 basic subtopics. Number 1, Allah Azza wa Jalla talks about the belief system of the people of taqwa internally, their internal realm, how it looks like. Then also Allah Azza wa Jalla talks about the external, the physical appearance, the behavior of the people of taqwa in their routines within the day. What are their general behavior or habits of them, the general habit rituals that they carry out for us to see. All these things Allah Azza wa Jalla enumerates them. Then the third category is also about their character, how they look like. So these 3 categories, or the 3 categorization of their features, Allah Azza wa Jalla expands it in this particular verse, Quran chapter 2 verse 177. The summary of it actually is in Quran chapter 2 verse 1 up to 3, which I want us to go through the summary before we come to this one, where Allah Azza wa Jalla says, Alif Lam Mim ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ.
Alif Lam Mim ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ هدى للمتقين الذين يؤمنون بالغيب ويقيمون الصلاة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون.
Allah Azza wa Jal says that ذَلِكَ الْكِتَابُ لَا رَيْبَ فِيهِ, this is the book in which there is no doubt at all, referring to the Quran in front of us. There is no doubt at all in the Quran. Then he says, Hudan lil Muttaqin, this particular book is a guide, a special guide to those who fear God Almighty Allah. And Allah told us to do the fasting, embark on fasting in order to get the fear of Allah. So the Quran takes a step forward to tell us who are those who fear God Almighty Allah. And he says, Alladhina yu'minuna bil ghayb, those who believe in the unseen. That is, those who fear God Almighty Allah, they have a belief system. Then وَيُقِيمُونَ الصَّلَاةِ, then they constantly establish, embark on what? Prayers daily. So it means that those who fear God Almighty Allah, they have a routine habit that they embark on every day, that is called prayers or salah. Then the Quran goes for it to say, وَمِمَّا رَزَقْنَاهُمْ يُنْفِقُونَ, and whatever Allah Azza wa Jal bestow unto them, they spend it out. They give it out. Whatever blessings that Allah has given to them, they also give it out to other people or for other people to benefit. So close look at this introductory statement on the people of Taqwa, we see that God Almighty Allah is talking about their belief system. Then He's also talking about their behavior, their general behavior, the way they behave from morning up to evening, what actually controls and refines their behavior, which is the 5 daily salah that they do. Then also a specific character that is a depiction or an exhibition of mercy, which is generosity. They give out whatever Allah Azza wa Jal has given to them. Now, running through all the 286 places in the Quran, you realize that anytime Allah is talking about those who fear God Almighty Allah, either He's talking about their belief system or He's talking about their routines or their behavior, or He's also talking about the third thing, which is what? Their character. Their character. But then in Quran chapter 2, as recited by Hafiz verse 177, generally Allah gives a general, deeper and detailed explanation of those who fear God Almighty Allah. In an effort, we want you people to go through these verses and enumerate the features in that particular verse and then compare with your life. How many of them have you been able to achieve in this Ramadan? If you had them already, how many of them have you been able to upgrade and increase in this Ramadan? So in our next episode, inshallah, we are now going to explain and then have the details, and after knowing or having the summary in our mind that this is our vision in a Ramadan, then we can sit down and look at how to design a strategy for it. The summary for our vision in Ramadan is that Ramadan is supposed to refine our belief system and strengthen our belief in Allah Azza wa Jal, our belief in the hereafter, our belief also in the books of God Almighty Allah, our belief in the angels, our beliefs in the prophets, and then also our belief in destiny. Ramadan is supposed to strengthen it for us. Ramadan is supposed to strengthen our spirit of prayers so that always we are in the mood of prayers. Ramadan is to strengthen our sense of generosity and service to the Ummah and humanity. Let's grade ourselves and see how far we've gone in these areas. Till our next episode, that will discuss this into detail, to say Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh.
أهلا وسهلا يا رمضان شهر التوبة والغفران مرحبا بك رمضان رمضان شهر الذكر والإحسان